Are you ready to retire but unsure how to withdraw from your 401k? Making the wrong choice could cost you thousands in taxes and penalties. But don't worry, I got you covered. I'm Richard. I've been in the financial services industry for over a decade, and I'm your guide to navigate it. Today, we're breaking down the most common 401k withdrawal options, ranked from most used to least. Now let's get started. First up, the most common 401k withdrawal method, required minimum distributions, or RMDs. Once you turn 73, the IRS requires you to withdraw a minimum amount each year. If you don't, you can face a 50% penalty on the amount you're supposed to withdraw. Yikes. The amount you need to withdraw is based on your age and account balance. But here's the kicker. Since 401k withdrawals are taxed as income, taking too much at once could push you into a higher tax bracket. If you don't need the money right away, consider rolling your 401k into a Roth IRA before RMDs kick in. This allows tax-free withdrawals later. Next, let's talk about systematic withdrawals, one of the best ways to create steady retirement income. You can set up a monthly, quarterly, or annual withdrawals. A popular rule of thumb is the 4% rule, where you withdraw 4% of your account balance annually, adjusted for inflation. This method works well if you want a predictable income without draining your savings too quickly. Make sure you adjust withdrawals based on market conditions. Pulling too much in a downturn can leave you with less later. Now let's talk about lump sum withdrawals and why they can be a huge mistake for most retirees. Taking a large sum at once can push you into a higher tax bracket, resulting in thousands of dollars lost to taxes. However, there are times when a lump sum makes sense, like if you need to pay off high interest debt or make a large purchase. Just remember, the IRS will want their share. Instead of withdrawing everything at once, consider rolling your 401k into an IRA to spread out withdrawals over time. One of the smartest moves for many retirees is rolling their 401k into an IRA. Why? More investment options, more control, and more flexible withdrawal strategies. If you roll it into a traditional IRA, you keep the tax-deferred status. But if you do a Roth IRA conversion, you'll pay taxes upfront in exchange for tax-free withdrawals later. If you think taxes will be higher in the future, converting a Roth IRA now can save you big in the long run. Want to access your 401k early without penalties? If you leave your job at age 55 or later, you can withdraw from your 401k penalty-free. No need to wait until you're 59 and a half. This is great for early retirees, but keep in mind it only applies to the 401k from your last job, not previous accounts. If you have multiple 401ks, consider rolling them into your final employer's plan before leaving. Did you know you can borrow from your 401k? You can take up to $50,000 or 50% of your balance, whichever is less, and repay it within 5 years, with interest going back into your account. But here's the downside. If you lose your job or can't repay, the loan turns into a taxable withdrawal, and you might get hit with a 10% penalty too. Only borrow from your 401k if absolutely necessary, and have a repayment plan. All right, so let's recap the best and worst ways to withdraw from your 401k. Required minimum distributions. Required at age 73. Systematic withdrawals. Steady income strategy. Lump sum withdrawals. Big tax hit. Rolling over to an IRA. More control, fewer tax issues. Rule of 55. Early access without penalties. 401k loans. Risky if you leave your job. The best strategy? Plan ahead. Consider the taxes and spread withdrawals over time. Now, did this help? 401k withdrawals can be tricky. Be sure to partner with a financial professional to create a plan that's specific to your situation. Now, I know you got some value out of this. To improve your finances further, come check out my other videos.